And today is all about the family, and we're making a video to show you the process of what it's like setting up a little aquarium here at home. We interrupt your normally scheduled program because literally everywhere smells horrible. Is she taking so long? Oops. Pile of raccoon poop would look good around her neck. What is that?
It's kind of big.
Granny?
Yeah.
Do you want fish for your fish tank, Milo?
No.
We'll get back to the video after I wrap up this. So yeah, she smells amazing. What is going on at Shrimp Cubes? This is Rob, and can you say your name? Maisie?
Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy's on there. So we are Maisie and Rob with Flipaquatics, and today we're adding livestock to our home aquarium, and we wanted to show you some of the things that we personally keep in it right now. This is my little 15-gallon home aquarium that my daughter and wife begged for, and my little daughter Maisie, she absolutely loves it. And so we got some plants in here. We actually have this huge, really cool giant duckweed, which is way better than normal duckweed because it's easier to remove. And this tank is just a lot of fun. We have orange-eyed blue tigers in here. We have a bamboo shrimp, and today we're gonna be adding some more stuff. I'm gonna take my daughter, my wife, and my little son out there. Excuse the mess, you know, kids do live here. My wife will kill me for showing that, but he's just doing his thing. And today is all about the family, and we're making a video to show you the process of what it's like setting up a little aquarium here at home. And this is like my little zen corners, just so you guys know. We got our fossil, we got some art that somebody drew for me, a little minnow catcher that I got, and this little stand, like I said, is in my office. Sets the mood and reminds me why I do what I do every day. And we're gonna head to the shop. Maisie, are you gonna pick out some fish?
No.
You're not? Okay, well, we'll help you pick out fish. Okay, so we're gonna be picking out some fish for this tank, some shrimp for this tank, and we're gonna get this thing all stocked up today. We're excited about it, aren't we? I'm excited about it, so we have that. She's excited too. She's just a little camera shy. But you guys take along, and we will show you this whole tank and what we decide to add to it in the process of taking 2 kids and my wife to Flipaquatics to pick out some livestock. Do you want a fish tank? Do you want fish for your fish tank, Milo? You do? Well, let's go pick some out. This is my little buddy. He's 6 months old. He's just starting to learn things, which is a lot of fun. But you can see, look at the determination on his face. He's ready for some fish. We interrupt your normally scheduled program because Ruby decided a pile of raccoon poop would look good around her neck. So we'll get back to the video after I wrap up this. So yeah, she smells amazing.
It's Coco.
You were singing like Coco?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the shrimpies? She's so excited. She's singing, ready to go. Disregard what's going on back here. All right, so we just got here. Maisie saw the balloons from the remnants of our birthday party, which was last weekend, last Friday. And so she's picking up balloons now. Got little Milo with me. Maisie, you ready to go pick out some shrimp? You want to what? You want to play with balloons? Okay, Daddy, go pick out some shrimp then. So this is our Caradina row. There's about 100 tanks roughly. I think maybe it's a little bit less than 100 tanks. So we're gonna get some more orange-eyed blue tigers. My wife wants to pick them out. She also doesn't want to be in the video, so you're not gonna see her. But it looks like we have 1 good tank, 1 empty tank, and 1 red tank. So hopefully we're able to, oh yeah, there's some in there, look. So there's definitely some to pick from, but we'll get these all picked out. What you got? Oh my gosh, where did you find that? Wow. Maisie's favorite thing while here, she literally walks around the floor and just picks up random things. What else you gonna find? And sorry if it's loud. There's we have water changes going on in our breeding rack right now, and so it's pretty loud. But yeah, Maisie, literally her favorite thing is walking down through here and just seeing what she can find. And she always sets them like on these stools and the team finds them the next day. But she's cute. So that's what she's doing while mommy's picking out the type of shrimp or the quantity of shrimp. And then we'll circle back here in a little bit. This one's looking a little low. Where are you going? She is gone. So we're not adding these guys to our tank, but me and Maisie, we're just looking at them. Look how stinking beautiful these red fancy tigers are. These guys are like absolutely gorgeous. These are probably one of the better ones we've ever got in. So here's me and Maisie. Say hi. Good job. We're looking at shrimp, right? Yeah, those ones. You say red fancy tiger? No. You say red? No, you're being shy. So you having fun? We're trying to make the best of it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Is Milo having fun? I don't know. Are we doing guppies? Maisie, do you want to do guppies? No. So unfortunately, we only had, 2 of 4 that were unclaimed orange-eyed blue tigers. So the rest had already been sold. So we're taking 4 of those. And then Amanda also wanted more bamboo shrimp. So now we'll have 3 in there, which is, once they're full grown, it's going to be a little bit too much for that tank. So we can always bring one back, which is nice about, owning the place. And then hopefully these guys will actually breed at home. That'll be nice. So I'm gonna get these guys bagged up, and then we're gonna go to the back building and pick out some fish. Maisie, what fish are we getting? Can you say CPD? No. So we're back over, or we came over to the fish building, which is the back building, and that's where we're at right now. It sounded like we're gonna get some CPDs. Now, mommy did go crazy and got some extra stuff, didn't she? So we'll have to show you everything we got when we get home. But her and Maisie went to go catch the CPDs, and then I'm gonna see if we have any Odos in the ponds out here. I think over here somewhere we might have one. So we might get a couple of those because we have all that biofilm. And real quick, like, biofilm leaching out of logs is not a bad thing. Like, it's the sugar in the wood excreting out. It's causing biofilm, which looks like a moldy substance. It's not necessarily bad for your tank, but when you first put driftwood in there, you have to have stuff that's going to eat it. Otherwise, it's going to look like our aquarium, which looks a little crazy. And so I think if we have an Odo that we can get that's been through quarantine, then we're going to get that. If not, I might convince her to get a Pandagara or something like that will just chomp away at it. She wants to do Corys, which fine with doing Corys. I don't know. I'm not ready for Corys yet. Like, we're using Eco Complete, so like Corey's, it might scratch their bellies. Like, I'm just not sold on it yet, so I'm just trying to maybe talk her out of it. We'll see. But I'm gonna check for an Odo real quick, and hopefully we got 1 or 2 we can throw in our tank at home. And she did get some other stuff, so I'll show you that when we get there as well. Well, to my surprise, we did have some Odos. So I got 3 of them. I don't know if Amanda's down for 3, but I think these guys would munch up the algae real quick. And just to show you how committed we are, these guys we've had for about over 3 months now, and I think they just went green this week, so I didn't actually look at it, but these ones we've just been nursing back to health for literally 3 months. So I'm glad that we actually have maybe 200, so that was good. So I'm pumped that we actually had these guys. These guys should tear up that biofilm within like a day or 2. Hey, did you see the frogs? Come here, look, they're over here. Her favorite thing in the whole world is frogs. What is that? Is that a frog? Oh my goodness. Well, don't hit the glass, Stinker. She loves frogs. Like, absolutely loves them. I need to get her some for a little tank in her room. See the frog? But yeah, don't touch the screen. They're all moving around. So I figured that would be cool. She just is all about the frogs. Every night she wants to go out and see the toads. We officially made it home. But my little man just couldn't hang. He's out. But we got some new fish. We're gonna go get them acclimated. We'll show you that process. Milo will not be there for that. He'll be hopefully sleeping. We hope. Well, we just got home and obviously we have 2 kids in diapers. We had set the bag of trash right here and we meant to take it down and we didn't, and our dogs just decimated it. Literally everywhere, smells horrible. Clean it up now. So pause on the video. We've had a dog roll in poop today and now we've had literally poop spread across the floor. Happy week, y'all. Well, the dogs dragged trash all over the carpet too, but it's all cleaned up now and we're moving on. So let's see what we actually got for livestock. First up are the 3 otosinkless. Now I'm gonna I didn't think about this beforehand, but I'm gonna have to drain some water out of this, so I'll do that before I add more bags to it. So this type of bag, just so I'm clear with you guys, is this type of bag is just a regular plastic bag. That is fine to float, but if you look at like this one, this is called a breather bag. So this one you can only float for 30 minutes before you start suffocating the inhabitants inside. Now another thing is for shrimp and snails, like this one's a shrimp. You can float this for, you know, a long time with light on, no big deal. We're gonna float it for 30 minutes today. That's what I like to do. And then I'll show you more of that process. But for fish, I only float fish for 5 minutes because the amount of oxygen that they use and the amount of ammonia they produce when light's hitting them and they're floating, they're stressed, they're kind of curious what's going on down here, it can cause way more harm than good. So I only float for 5 minutes. Sometimes it might go a little bit longer, but usually I aim for 5 minutes. If it goes up to 15, it is what it is. But the goal is to get them out of the bag as quick as possible. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna get all these guys floating. I'm gonna drain some water in here so that I can float everything. And then I do not let this water from the bags get into this tank. That's a big no-no. If it's a brand new setup, you can probably get away with it. But because we already have livestock in here, I'm not gonna mess with that today. So I'll show you more of that process, but I'm gonna drain some water out of here, get the rest of these floating, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I got some water out of there, drained into my little bucket. I got everything floating that you guys saw so far. So we got the otos over here, bamboo shrimp, orange-eyed blue tigers, which look really good. Now here's the stuff you haven't seen yet. Check these guys out. So these are a new type of snail that we got in. They look like a nearite snail, but have the body of a rabbit snail. So they're super cool. I forget the name of them. I'll put it down in the link so you guys can actually, I don't know if we have them listed on the website. I don't think we do, but they're super cool. So I'll get that guy acclimated. This one is the Thai micro crabs. I don't know what's good. Oh, there they are. I mean, you saw them for a second. These ones aren't actually going in this aquarium. They're going to be going into another little aquarium next to it, which we don't have set up yet. So I'm actually going to leave these right there. And then last but certainly not least, these are the CPD. So they're going to be super hard to see because this type of material is really hard to see through. But I'm going to get these guys floating and then I'm going to put them in about 5 minutes from now. So the otos are getting pretty close to ready. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. And yeah, super pumped to get these guys in there. I'll show you my process of actually putting them in there too, just so you guys can see it. So for this next step, here's everything that you're gonna need. 1, a bucket for wastewater. You're gonna need a net, scissors, and then these are things that you could need. So shrimp prep will eliminate any ammonia. So like when you open a bag, you could squirt that in there and neutralize anything. That way, if there's a lot of things in the bag, it gives you time to actually get that thing out without hurting it. Next thing up is we are going to use a live bacteria, and that's because we're adding so many new things to this tank. We don't want to spike the ammonia. So in this tank we have a pH above 7, so we use TurboStart 700. If you have a pH below 7, you can use Fluorobacter 1. This is what we use for all of our Caridina tanks, and it's a really great product. So this is all good stuff, but this is what we're using today. Once we get everything in the tank, we're going to dose the rest of this, and then that should get this tank nice, well cycled. And then I'm going to have Amanda actually help me. So she's going to be doing the cutting and all that, and I'm going to just walk you through it and show you what it's like. Okay, so we actually have Maisie here too. Hi, Maisie. Eating her muffin. We're going to start with the otosinkless bag because this is the easiest bag to do. Oops. So babe, if you want to go ahead and start with that one. And then what she's going to do is she's actually going to undo the sides, get it all untied. I'm going to have her cut the top off, so I don't know. Are you saving the rubber band? So she's gonna cut the top off. Now, when you cut the top off, it's gonna want to fall down, and you don't want to get that water in your tank. So what you do is you fold the sides like she's doing, and then it will float that way. With the sides folded down, you can easily use like a little nano net, which these are 3D, or no, these are, what are these called, babe? 3D telescopic shrimp nets? Yeah. So they kind of like hold like a little basket. It just makes it way easier to use, especially for situations like this.
You gotta be careful with these, they get stuck in the net.
Yeah. So the goal is to keep them from not being out of the water for, like, you don't want it out of the water for very long. And the reason we're not dumping this is because the water forced over the fish's gills while you're dumping them into a net could cause a lot more harm than good. So big tip, I would always use a net to catch them out of the bag, and then sanitize your net between bags is always good. And we just use a mixture of vinegar, water. It's actually white distilled vinegar with water. You could use like a gallon of water, cup of vinegar. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one next. This is the breather bag. This one's gonna be a little bit more tedious. So we actually need a container for this one. So let's go grab that. I forgot about it. And then we'll show you the process on this one. So we have our container. Now, the big thing here is you don't want to just use a Tupperware container or something that you use for your normal dishes, because it could have residue from your dishwasher, from your hand soap, things like that, that could be toxic to the fish. So this is a little miniature aquarium that we're going to set up for the micro crabs. And so we're just going to use that. We just rinsed it with water, so it's good to go. And then Amanda's going to take this and just cut the top of it. Now, this is the breather bag. And this is the one that can only float for 30 minutes or less. And literally, you just cut the top off of it. So she actually just cut a little sliver of it and then is going to dump them out. That works fine with fish, but with shrimp, this wouldn't work. They all end up getting stuck in there. And again, the whole goal, you don't want them to be outside of water for very long. And so now we can easily net them and put them right in the tank. And if there was ever, like, if you just got these in the mail and there was deaths in here, what you could do is instantly hit this with some shrimp prep, which neutralizes the ammonia, which allows you to acclimate them way easier. And then you're not worried about them getting extra ammonia burn, because the minute ammonia hits air, it becomes toxic because it's going to raise the pH. And so most times in the bag, the ammonia won't be as toxic as it could be, but the minute you open it up, it becomes way more toxic. So just a little, little pro tip that should help you guys. So you want to get them acclimated within 5 minutes of actually floating them. And then you don't want them to sit in the water once it's exposed to air for very long. But shrimp prep will help with that. There's other products like ACCR. So that's what we got for there. Now we're going to go ahead and add the shrimp in and also the snail. And then we'll show you the update when that's all done. So the only thing you guys really didn't get to see is this, like, I don't even know if this is a type of nearite snail or what it is. But it has like almost a black body, shell, black shell, I mean, with like an orange speckled body. It's super, super cool. It's got these little orange antennas that are like candy cane-ish. And then you got all these new shrimp in here. We got the Odos in here doing their thing. They're not actually eating anything yet. And then we also have the new bamboo shrimp. We got one here. We got another one there. And then all the CPDs are hiding at the moment back here. You might be able to catch a little glimpse of them. So they'll probably start eating some of the copepods or cocopods. It'll be real interesting to see how this whole process goes. Look at this cool snail, type of nearite snail. So really excited with how this tank turns out. We're gonna add the turbo start now. So I always do it after we add the fish. This stuff is gonna smell like septic tank, but that's just because it's bacteria. Like, that's how it's supposed to smell. So don't think that it went bad because of that. That's how you want it to smell. And then I'm gonna dump it actually in the back of the hang on the back filter. It goes right where it's needed to go right away. And then these fish should start producing waste pretty quickly. So then the cycle will just be ready for them. So I'll give you guys an update here in a little bit. Bacteria was added. I just put it in the part where it sucks up the water. So like the water comes up and it goes right in there, and then it will force it through the filter. So you might see some like cloudy water coming out here in a little bit. But so far so good. Loving this tank. My wife's happy. Maisie's happy. So that's a win in my book. Point to the shrimp. We'll get her to come around. I know. She'll be saying shrimp before you can count to 3. Oh, thank you. Can you count to 3?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Like I said before, she can count to 3. 9, 9, 9, 9, 10. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my crappy day. Pun definitely intended. It was full of crap today for whatever reason. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little sneak peek into my life and getting my family set up with an aquarium. Also getting something in my office at home, which is nice. So I get to enjoy the reason I started this business in the first place. I get to enjoy it at home, which is nice. So you guys make it a great night. As always, God bless. We'll catch you on the flip side.